Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, the Tesla Model Y is sold out. Multiple people, multiple inventory locations are showing that the old and busted legacy Tesla Model Y is completely sold out. We'll also show some photo evidence that maybe is assuming that maybe Tesla has finally killed or ended the production of the old Tesla Model Y. So we'll talk about what's to happen after this and my prediction on that as well. So we're going to talk about that plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro really quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And if you want to send me a direct message, you can do that on my Patreon app down below in the description. And today's live stream is partnered with Mint Mobile, where you can save money on your mobile phone plan for as low as $15 a month, but more on that later. And so it seems like the Model Y is sold out. New Tesla Model Y inventory is completely sold out in Texas, Michigan, Ohio, Illinois, Georgia, Utah, Virginia, Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Mississippi, Arkansas, Kansas, Missouri, Kentucky, Oklahoma, Indianapolis, Iowa, Nebraska, Hawaii, Wyoming, South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, Idaho, Wisconsin, Maryland, and Delaware. But there's a couple states missing from this list. One thing is for sure, California or any of those states that are near factories like Texas are not going to be sold out because of how close they are to the factory and where those areas might be the most inventory. And so it almost makes you think, like, is Tesla going to start transporting some of these vehicles to other states? And what's to come with like the non-launch Model Y? And so let us know, are you seeing the same in your area? Are you basically seeing that no inventory or there's a lack of inventory for the older Tesla Model Y? It really does feel like, it really does seem that if you put a $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 discount on a older Tesla Model Y, just like the ones we find in our deal spreadsheet down below. But I imagine at this point, all of these are most likely going to be gone, but some of them might be left. But like a couple like these that we're taking a look in the California market, $8,000, $9,000, it still exists. You can still get a almost $9,000 to $10,000 off discount, especially if you stack it with a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, where you can save up to $1,000 on a Tesla vehicle. But what's to come with this? Because Tesla knows that at this point they have to sell these demo legacy Model Ys or inventory Model Ys at $8,000 to $9,000 off, and really it puts a different threshold. Like if you can get a Model Y performance for, $36,000, $35,000, $37,000, then that gets a little bit insane for sure. But then shout out to this post from Yaman. Tesla demands is so low that you have to offer 15% discounts to move metal. I miss the old Tesla days where it's absolutely vital that we adhere to no negotiation and no discount policy, but that has been true since we started taking orders 10 years ago. And so it certainly is a different climate because Tesla used to drop prices a ton, and now it's just they're dropping inventory prices and they change and fluctuate on those a ton instead of the actual MSRP, because there was a while where they were changing MSRP like crazy, and I'm glad they've moved away from that and they're just doing inventory price changes as well based upon probably like how old that vehicle is in the day and inventory and everything. But Model Y is completely sold out in Darylyn's inventory, probably nothing. 23 zip code 23229. And here's another post. Breaking: Tesla reportedly struggling to keep up with surging demand. And so it seems like there's an influx of buyers. Demand is an interesting one because certainly when you are putting a fat discount or even 0% interest on a new Model 3, of course, more people are going to be flocking to take a look at those. Brandon Tesla Flex posted this: inventory Model Y in Colorado is nearly gone. Only 10 left in a 200-mile radius from me. And then also Gregor Truck has been told that in an East Coast region has sold out of the Model Y entirely, zero, none. When he checks for his area, Phoenix, only 11 Model Y performance deals remain in total. Honestly, wow. And so it seems like Tesla played this correctly, and they certainly moved all their different discounts. And so Model Y performance, if you can get an $8,000 to $9,000 discount, it seems like that is the threshold. And more people, not necessarily you if you're still watching and still in the market, but other people think that that is a great deal. And so certainly that seems to be the threshold at that time frame. And so really that goes to show us that there might not be a bigger discount than $8,000 to $9,000 off on a Tesla Model Y. And just a quick PSA on the Tesla market news. I mean, 0% does end on the Model 3 by the end of this month, and so does the Cybertruck. 1.99% APR also ends. And so both of these, I believe you have to take delivery. I know the Model 3 for sure you have to take delivery by the end of the month to get qualified for it. Cybertruck, I'm not actually sure, but I want to say it also you have to take delivery by the end of the month, March 31st. And so now let's look forward and think about what is to come from this. Like, when is non-launch going to happen? And really, most importantly, is this actually the end of the Tesla Model Y legacy, older body style? And has Tesla completely switched to the launch series or the new Model Y Juniper? And then also, like, when is non-launch actually going to happen? Well, shout out to Joe for doing his drone videos over Austin, Texas. I watched a couple of them right before getting on this stream, and it does seem like there is absolutely zero older Tesla Model Ys being produced at all, at least from the Giga Texas factory. So it does seem like they've completely switched to launch series Juniper Model Y. So if that's the case, here's what I think might be happening here. And in terms of the prediction for the next month, I think as we finish the end of March and almost maybe even April, I still think that the launch series Model Y will be the only Model Y that you'll be able to order, as they completely sell down to zero. I mean, if you take a look at inventory charts for the Model Y, you can see, at least from this website, we can see 290 brand new Model Ys posted onto the website. And so they want to clear all of these out before switching anything to the new Model Y Juniper. And so what I feel like will happen is they're not going to announce the new Model Y non-launch until about mid-April. And we really need to take a look at when is the next Tesla earnings call date, and take a look at that time frame, because I would imagine if it follows the same suit as the first earnings call of this year, in which the Model Y Juniper was released like 1 to 2 weeks right before that, I would imagine it would also follow suit around that as well. But taking a look at January 29, 2025 was the first earnings call of this year, and so hopefully it's not going to be all the way till April 29th. But even if it is, I could see some time frame where the non-launch Model Y gets announced in that like April 15th, mid second to third week type of time frame, but deliveries won't start right away. Deliveries will probably start in May, and then also June as well. That would be my prediction on when like the Model Y would switch over to the non-launch and also the Juniper, and really that's when I see it could be happening. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the next topic. So you've been shopping for a Tesla recently, but the monthly payment has probably got you rethinking your budget. Instead of sacrificing and cutting back on a brand new Tesla and getting your dream car, why not save on your monthly phone bill? And that's where our partner Mint Mobile comes into play here. We've also been thinking about getting a new Tesla, and constantly I like looking at our bills, monthly subscriptions, trying to see where we can cut back. Things like Netflix, YouTube Premium, and much more. And that's where I've been able to save on my monthly phone plan by going to Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month, and you can get high-speed data and unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. You can bring your own phone along with your current number and existing contacts. It's really easy to switch service thanks to digital eSIM cards, which most of you now have. You can sign up and activate immediately right on your phone from the comfort of your home. If your phone doesn't have an eSIM, Mint will ship you a new SIM card for free, and it only takes 15 minutes. As you guys know, we've been traveling a lot pretty recently, so using Mint Mobile's mobile hotspot with our laptop has been pretty crucial and a game changer. So if you want to save money without the sacrifice, go to trymintmobile.com/DennisCW, also linked in the description, to get premium wireless starting at $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. Thank you to Mint Mobile for partnering with us, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks for that, everyone. Farzam, thanks for coming in. Betty, great to see you. A user, great to see you as well. Brave, let's see who's dropped by. Underdog, thank you all for dropping by. Thanks for hitting the like button, the comments, and everything. In this next topic, Tesla overchargers by $6,000 on used vehicles. Interesting post here from Yaman. And I've always thought about this because usually when you buy a used vehicle from Tesla, it usually is more expensive than a vehicle if you were to find it on the general market, like cars.com, Auto Trader, Facebook, or whatever it be. And usually that's the case because you do get an extra 1 year of warranty and I believe like 12,000 or 20,000 miles when you buy a used directly from Tesla. And you would also hope that it's held at a little bit more higher quality standard because maybe those are off-lease vehicles or trade-in vehicles, or maybe not trade-in vehicles, whichever it may be. But Yaman posted this: Tesla overcharges for its used inventory by $6,000 plus for vehicles with older models and higher mileage than what you can get from independent dealers because Tesla can't lower its prices further without risking negative gross margins on new product. And so I guess what they're trying to say is that if Tesla lowers the prices on the used vehicles, that could affect residual values, which could affect like leasing payments, and also could affect the market or margins on their new and used product. But still very interesting to see, and also good to see that other people that are noticing that when you buy a used Tesla, like you do get a better benefit of that extra 1 year of warranty, but at the same time you could also be paying much more as that as well. And so $6,000 might not be the best when you could easily get some sort of warranty to cover anything that you need on that. But if you're going to be buying one of these cheaper, low cost, high mileage Tesla vehicles like this 2020 Tesla Model 3 for $10,000 or this Model S for also $10,000, I strongly recommend some sort of warranty. And that's where our channel partner Amber comes into play. Amber is a month-to-month warranty for your Tesla. And unlike those other companies that will charge you $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 upfront, Amber is month-to-month. Think of Amber like Apple Care, but instead of for your iPhone, it's for your Tesla vehicle. They've got 3 different types of packages right now: Basics, Essentials, and Premium. Basic starts at $65 a month, so definitely check out Amber down below in the description. Use our link to get a no obligation quote for month-to-month coverage on your Tesla. You can see that Amber does have some benefits over the Tesla service warranty as well. So definitely thank you to Amber for partnering with us, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks for that, everyone. Farzan, get me the non-launch version already. Yeah, when do you think it's going to be coming out, Betty? Or Farzan, did you put a sunshade on your Model Y? Betty, yes, we're doing a test fit for one of our friends that works at Halo Black, which is another Tesla accessory company, and they wanted to see if their sunshade fit on the top, and so we threw it on, and I don't know if I like the look of it, but it does have functionality. I mean, the new glass roof, I'm going to film a video on it, but the new glass roof is phenomenal in terms of heat rejection, so I'm not sure it actually needs it. But, if you're someone that is a little bit hesitant with UV and wants that extra protection, then of course blocking it completely is going to be doing a better job. Hey, user, I just got a new Model Y and I hear strange noise coming from all 4 wheel covers. Have you noticed this issue? And I got 19-inch wheels. Yeah, there's like a creaking noise, right? People are talking about that, and that's just a Tesla thing, unfortunately. But if you go on YouTube and search like Model 3 wheel caps or Model Y wheel caps creaking noise, you'll probably be able to find other people that have that issue, and maybe there's some diagnostics on that as well. Teslas are getting vandalized. Very dangerous, Brave. Yeah, it's pretty wild out there, and I'm not sure I agree with some of it, but people are going to do what they want to do. Any opinion on Elon's brother selling all his stock? Might be a rumor. Betty, I think they have to disclose that stuff, and so like the board, and I think there's like a bunch of people on Tesla's board that sold stock, or executives did. And that's, I didn't really look into it, but typically I know that they plan these things already because they have to fund their lifestyle, whichever it is, and because most of them might not get a salary or whatever. And so it might just be interesting timing at the end of the day, but no exact opinions on that. Underdog, we still have the Model Y launch available in Cali. I was planning to buy a long-range wheel-wheel drive with full self-driving. Should I just go for the launch? So a couple of things you have to be aware about here, because yes, the $7,500 federal tax credit could be at risk over the next year or so. But if you can wait, if you're willing to take that gamble, if that disappears, that because it is a gamble, like it could disappear, it could stay for the rest of the year. Who really knows? But if you're willing to take that gamble, then I would just keep waiting it out and see if it sticks around. But if you're going to be buying full self-driving anyways, you're going to be paying more for the all-wheel drive on top of that. So it is a little bit tough. And really, I guess my next question is, are you paying cash or financing? Because if you're paying cash, then really there's no difference. But if you're financing, maybe there's a subsidized rate later this year. Joseph, I predict a non-launch Model Y will start March 27th. There's not enough demand for the $60K launch series. Yeah, I would like to think that's the case with March 27th, but typically Tesla doesn't necessarily like doing things at the end of the month like this because let's say because there's a ton of people waiting for the launch series as well for their delivery of the launch series. And if they see that a non-launch is available to be ordered, they might just switch and forego having the launch series. They'll have like cold feet or second thoughts. So I'm not sure I don't think Tesla will really offer the non-launch until they do about what 80-90% of all the deliveries of the launch first to really clear out all that different inventory. In this next topic, she just bought a brand new Tesla Model Y launch series for $10,000. Talking about Kim Java, who just released a video about buying, and they did a comparison between leasing and buying a brand new Model Y for $10,000. Of course, another entertaining video from our friend Kim Java, but I do want to talk about a couple of things because they did talk about how they were going to lease it, but they didn't want to use amount of their credits on the lease. You actually can put a pretty big sizable down payment on a lease to actually get there. I mean, you typically, based upon model, you can put like 12, 13, $14,000 down. Some are like the Cybertruck, you can put like $16,000 down on a lease. And on top of that, there was one comment made that when you're leasing, you're essentially throwing your money away, but that's actually not the case because now that you can buy out your lease at the end, you are basically paying down a loan, just a different type of loan. But I still agree with their decision at the end of the day because when you take a look at some of the lease interest rates for some of the models, the launch edition lease is 10.03%. So it is not worth it at all to lease. But some of the other models that might make sense are like the Model Y long range wheel drive at 1.42%, which is way better than the 5.84%, or even the Model 3 long range wheel drive at 3.14%, which actually has a 2-year lease at $299 with $1,000 down as well. So that could be a fantastic deal, but maybe not really a good deal when you compare it to the 0% financing that's happening on the Model 3. But if you're wondering where we got these interest rates on the leasing side, you can actually get it yourself by going into a Tesla store. And if you want to take a look at it and chop it up, it's actually on our deal spreadsheet on page 3, where you can take a look at all the best deals that are out there. And on top of that, take a look at the leasing deals that are out there as well. But still, really cool to see other people going through and trying to doing the back and forth and deciding whether they want to buy or lease. And I think at the end, they did go ahead and buy it because the math that they did with like a totaled out vehicle that they had really gave them a really low cost at the end of the day, which equaled to $10,000. But still very interesting to see. And let us know, what situation are you in with your buying? Are you leaning towards buying or financing, or are you going to be doing a leasing deal at the end of the day? But the one thing is for sure is after you buy your Tesla, or if you're about to buy your Tesla, you really need to take a look into this accessory. And that's where our partner 3W Liners comes into play, because all of the floor mats, what 3W Liners has, do not come with your Tesla vehicle. And instead of paying Tesla for their $250 set, 3W Liners has a fantastic set. And if you use our promo code down below in the description, promo code Dennis, you can actually save 25% off. And this puts their set of floor mats under $100 for the Model 3 or even the Model Y. So definitely check out 3W Liners. And thank you to 3W Liners for partnering up with us on this video and a bunch of other videos this month. Gordon, buy Tesla. Yeah, if you're believing in the company, yeah, 100%. Are they really sold out, or Tesla pull them to end up running a fire sale a few days on clearance inventory? No, from what I've been asking people, it seems like the Model Y inventory actually is getting reduced because of all the different massive discounts that are out there. I mean, when you put $8,000, 9,000, did we die? $9,000 on, if you put $8,000 to $9,000 on discount on a Tesla Model Y, then yeah, it's going to clear out inventory. So I mean, yes, we could see an influx of inventory going back online for this last week of the month, but at this point, I think Tesla did a great job with all these different discounts to clear that out. What year model is honorable? Like the 2024, 2025, or really it's actually just 2025 models is what is going to be cleared out. What year models do you think will become obsolete after new budget model release? Maybe the rear-wheel drive ones, because if there's already a cheaper one, maybe those cheaper Teslas might not actually make any more sense at the end of the day but we'll see. I mean, there's tons of vehicles that are coming out later this year, which is all going to be in similar price range. And so it is going to be interesting as we get to the end of the year. Huh, my camera is like completely killing itself. I really did not want to wait for the performance. I really did want to wait for the performance version of the Model Y, but Ford has some amazing incentives that I just can't pass up. Picking up a Mach-E GT Bronze Performance package, I'll get one in 3 years or so. Yeah, I mean, some of those deals that the other competitors had, I mean, imagine you paid like a crazy lease payment for the Ford Mach-E, or maybe you financed it at a crazy rate. You're not going to be able to touch that with a Model Y Performance. At least the new one, you're not going to be able to. Maybe with a new 2025 with $9,000. I mean, taking a look at this one, $37,000 for a brand new Model Y Performance in inventory in California. You can see that's a crazy deal, phenomenal deal. I mean, that's essentially what, half price or more than half price off. To think like this vehicle in like what, a couple of years ago, the MSRP of this vehicle for a Model Y Performance was like $70,000, and you could literally get one today for $36,000. So it gets pretty interesting. And of course, I feel bad for anybody that bought, I mean, even we bought a Model X during that time frame, and we are definitely feeling a little bit of that burn. And it's just one of those vehicles we're just gonna keep forever because it just does not make sense to. You gotta ride out the depreciation, and to fix depreciation, you just need to hold the vehicle as long as possible. That is how that works, to minimize your monthly costs or to minimize your yearly costs at the end of it. Because if you're spending 100K on a vehicle and you keep it for 10 years, then it's only $10,000 a year. But if you keep it for 3 years, then you can see it's like 30K a year, and the math makes sense in my head for that. In this next topic, I know a lot of you might be interested in the Rivian R2, which is the direct competitor of the Model Y that's already came out. And so now we've getting some insight on what type of strategy for the build and options might be coming out for the Rivian R2 directly from their CEO. Chris posted this that RJ, the CEO of Rivian, said, and as we look to the launch of R2, learning from what we went through in launching the R1, RS, and R2, we've really simplified the product portfolio cadence with R2, where there's a single vehicle that we're launching. The number of build combinations and trim combinations is very limited, with an emphasis on managing rapid ramp up with the supply chain and driving operational efficiency into the R2 plan. Chris says, I would imagine they would launch the R2 with a dual motor and maybe an LFP and max pack option. What do you think? Certainly, they don't launch a single motor and tri motor, since the dual motor will be king of sales. And so, Guy Lewis, one of our friends as well, says the R2 model should become fully loaded, just like the only options available should be interior and exterior, just like Tesla. And so it really makes sense, because when you release a vehicle that's high option, it's the most profit for them as well. And the simpler the options, the better as well. And so really cool to see that this is probably going to be the strategy for the Rivian R2. And don't forget, the Rivian R2 is supposed to be coming out in 2026. So next year is going to be a very interesting timeline, because I would actually consider the Rivian R2 to be a direct competitor to the Model Y. And so that is going to be a big competitor with all the different options. And I can't wait to see all the different comparison videos between the two vehicles as well. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. Honorable, but there's so many used Model 3s and Model Ys between 20 to 25K. The new budget should blow them all down in price. Yeah, it is interesting, right? Like but then you got to remember that the used EV tax credit kicks in as well for $4,000. So if you find one for $24,000, it's really $20,000. But then you're also thinking, because I know what you're saying, like if there's a Model 3 that's like a 2024 for 25 and a brand new one is 35, it's almost like you might as well pay the extra money. But maybe every thousand or every couple $1,000s counts. So I get that as well. Those Model X are gorgeous though. Want a bet, bro? Yeah, 100%. Model X is nice, but I gotta say, the Model Y, the new one that we have, the launch series, is also very nice in terms of comfortability, the seats and everything. Is this the end of the legacy Model Y? A1? I think so. go. We are getting close, very, very close to the end of the legacy Model Y, and we should see a changeover. I mean, I would love to be proved wrong. Someone came in here earlier and said that next Thursday is going to be the launch of the non-launch. I mean, I would love to be the case because it would really goes to show that Tesla is bumping up everything, because that would mean that they're desperate. And if Tesla's desperate, that means bigger incentives, bigger discounts, and most importantly, hopefully more financing offers as well. If Tesla doesn't offer 0% on the old Model Y, I'm putting deposit on the R2 Tesla car. It seems like there might not be any older Model Ys at this point very, very soon. Unless, of course, you live in certain markets like California, Texas, that there might not be any of them left over to get that 0%. But I would love to see that as well. I mean, let's just switch. Ooh, very interesting. No long ranges, only performances. I mean, hey, I would take would I take it? I personally wouldn't, but if Model Y performances get to $10,000 off plus 0%, as we talked about, which maybe that's the case, but I mean, I don't think Tesla would release an incentive like that, because it's almost like a not need type of thing. They wouldn't need to put 0%, but who knows? Maybe inventory will come back in these next few days, and tomorrow or these next few days, we'll see a ton of Model Ys coming back into the space. Or, I mean, Tesla has two options here. Maybe they've got Model Ys hidden somewhere that they're going to post up, or they're going to switch to the non-launch, which I would love to see as well. Honorable, I would wonder why they put a light bar on the Juniper, but not on the Model 3 Highland, if light bars are the future. Well, the Model 3 was designed years ago, right before they did it with the Cybertruck and realized that the Cybertruck was a hit in terms of people liking that light bar, and then they probably switched the Model Y design after that. Picking up our Model Y launch this week, so pumped for my first Tesla. Jonathan, nice, congrats, enjoy in good health. And can't wait for you to get your brand new Model Y Juniper, because it is a fantastic vehicle in terms of comfort and quality. And now don't forget to check out accessories down below in the description. Is it true that non-launch is coming this week in the US? Mr. Suspense, I mean, that's a big rumor. I don't think it would personally happen before the end of the quarter, but I've also been plenty of times been wrong as well. So I'd love to see it drop like this next coming week, but I don't think it actually will be happening, but who knows? Maybe it will, or maybe it won't. Now that you've ordered your brand new Tesla Model Y Juniper, it's time to take it to the next level. That's where our partner Jawa comes into play here. Jawa has everything you need, from phone mounts, mobile connectors, center consoles that I highly recommend to fit the new Model Y and every Tesla vehicle out there. And on top of that, you can use our promo code down below in the description to save even more money. And the best part is there's free shipping if you reach over a certain limit. My top 3 accessories that I recommend is a phone mount. It's super crucial, that can charge your phone. The center console is highly recommended as well, because a Tesla does not come with it at all. And my newest favorite accessory is the invisible under mount sunglass holder area, storage area, that also has a camera mount as well. So why wait for Tesla to make these accessories? Get yours now at Jawa, link down below in the description, and save some money and support the channel while you're at it. Thank you to Jawa for partnering with us, and let's get on to the next.